"Excuse me, do you know your son can walk again?" An old stranger woman asked me as I was helping my 30 years old son out of the car. I looked at her incredulously, feeling tears prickling behind my eyes. "What do you think you are talking about, old woman? Do you think we haven't heard enough, so you are here to make it worse?" This stranger wasn't annoyed with my impoliteness. Instead, she smiled. Her smile was warm and infectious. "It's okay," she said before walking away, leaving me with echoes of her words. "As long as he still believes. Do not lose hope in humanity." And now, as I entered the house, my face turned red. Tears started pricking my eyes. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. My son who had been walking on all fours for 30 years, was standing. He wasn't leaning on, not crawling, but standing. His back was straight. His legs, once curled and weak, held him like pillars of light. His arms hung loosely at his sides, no longer his crutches. His eyes met mine, and they were not filled with pain or apology, but they were filled with joy. And behind him, sitting quietly on the worn couch, was the woman who had changed everything. "I finally did it, Mom," he said to me. I did believe in myself, I really did. "But you also did too." I staggered, my knees threatening to buckle. 23 years since that day. How all of this started. My son Adam was born like any other child. Healthy, bright-eyed, and full of laughter. He walked early, ran everywhere, climbed trees and chased birds through the garden. For 10 years he was unstoppable. Then came the fever, a routine visit to the clinic, a nurse distracted, a mix-up, a medication that wasn't his. I couldn't take it. I didn't know what to do. So I went to the same doctor responsible. Fury driving me. "I want answers," I snapped, slamming the file onto the desk. "You called it a reaction, then a complication. Now you're calling it a tragedy?" The hospital administrator didn't flinch. "Ma'am, these things happen. It's rare." "Rare," I said, my voice rising. "He was fine. He was running around the house 2 days before. And now he can't move. You did this. There's no proof the medication caused—" "You gave him the wrong drug," I shouted. "You didn't even check his name." He sighed. "It's irreversible." I stared at him. And unforgivable. Later, in a lawyer's office, I sat with my hands folded, the rage drained from me. "We'll need documentation," the lawyer said. "Witnesses. Medical records." "I've been to every hospital in the city," I murmured. "They all say it's complicated. No one wants to touch it." He leaned back. "It's a long shot." I nodded slowly. "I know." Outside, Adam waited in his wheelchair, watching the rain slide down the window. I sat beside him, took his hand. "What is it, Mom?" Miso asked, his voice low. "They don't care?" I whispered. "Not really." He didn't answer. He didn't need to. But I couldn't give up on my son. "We've been to 5 hospitals already," I said, my voice cracking. "Please, just look at him. He's getting worse." The doctor barely glanced up from the clipboard. "Do you have insurance?" I hesitated. "We lost coverage last month, but we'll find a way to pay. Just tell us what he needs." He set the clipboard down, eyes still avoiding mine. "Without insurance, we can't proceed with the tests. You might want to try a public clinic." Another doctor walked in, barely acknowledging Adam. "What's the diagnosis again?" he asked, flipping through a file. "They said it might be neurological," I replied. "But no one's confirmed anything." He shrugged. "Too complicated without proper imaging. And that's not cheap." Adam tugged at my sleeve. His voice was soft, trembling. "Mom, do they even care?" I squeezed his hand. "I care," I whispered. "That's enough for now." The third doctor looked us over. His eyes lingered on our worn clothes. "You'll need a referral," he said flatly. "And a deposit." "We don't have that," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "But he's in pain, please." He was already turning away. "I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do." I gave up my jewelry, my car, my peace. Hope was cruel. Hope was expensive. Hope was a liar. So when this woman, this strange, wrinkled woman with a scarf like a storm cloud, came to our door and said, "You're healing him wrong," I nearly slammed it in her face. Healing him wrong, what could he know? Why would I, a mum, heal my son wrong? Her name was Layla. She was 68, maybe older. Her eyes were sharp, like she saw through skin and into bone. She walked with a limp, but her presence filled the room like thunder. She said she had met Adam at the park. He was sketching birds. She was feeding them, watched him smile. He watched him pretend he wasn't broken. And then she said something that made him drop his pencil. "You're not sick. You're stuck." Adam laughed. But the old woman didn't. She told him about healing, not with medicine, but with memory. Not with therapy, but with truth and belief. She said the body remembers pain, but it also remembers love. Me and my son laughed loud. We laughed laughters with tears. What is there to love? What is there to believe? But the woman didn't give up every day. She came to my doorstep, and after some time, I allowed her to take Adam. Adam himself began visiting her every day. He came home with stories about their breathing exercises, about walking barefoot in her garden, about sitting still and listening to his own heartbeat. I rolled my eyes, but I could see it. Something had changed in my son. I had seen too many charlatans. There are too many false prophets. There are too many broken promises. My son continued changing. He stopped dragging his limbs. He started stretching. He started humming. And then one morning I woke to silence. No thud of crawling. No scrape of knees. Just footsteps. Real footsteps. Chapter 5. The Truth Beneath. Layla came to our house that day. She sat across from me, sipping tea like she belonged there. "You hated me," she said. "I didn't deny it. You thought I was mad." I nodded. "But I saw something in Adam. Something you stopped seeing." I clenched my fists. "I saw a boy who was told he couldn't, so he didn't." I looked at her, tears burning. "You think I did this to him?" She shook her head. "No, you loved him, fiercely, but sometimes love builds cages. You protected him so much that he forgot how to fight." Adam stood in the doorway, tall, shaky, glorious. He walked toward me slowly, like a newborn deer. But he walked. He wrapped his arms around me and I collapsed into him. 30 years of grief, 30 years of guilt, 30 years of crawling, all washed away in a single embrace. We visited Layla's garden together. She showed me the tree Adam planted, the bench where he first stood, the stone path he walked barefoot every morning. I asked her how she did it. She smiled. "I didn't heal him," I reminded him. "Of what?" "That he was never broken. I'm just waiting." Adam now walks every day. Not perfectly, not quickly, but proudly. He teaches children how to draw birds. He speaks at schools about resilience. He laughs louder than anyone I know. And every time I see him standing, I whisper a prayer not to God, but to the woman who walked differently. If my story moved you, even just a little, do me a small favor. Leave a comment. Give it a heart, like it if it spoke to you. And if you want to walk deeper into this journey with me, come watch my videos on YouTube. Your views, your support, your presence, it means more than you know.